Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have begun a very special episode of Eric Johnston Live. This one is called Swipe Stories. Swipe. I've always had a problem with my S's. Swipe Stories. That is the name of the game tonight. Now we have a very special guest, who I'm going to introduce very shortly. But I wanted to get the show started. I was a couple minutes late getting started because I went on camera and realized that I wasn't wearing any of my jewelry. So I ran downstairs and I was like, "There's no way I'm going on air." On live without my jewelry on. So I booted it downstairs and then I was like, do I need another drink? And then I ran up the stairs. So, like most first dates, I'm pretending to not be out of breath right now. We are going to get started. This episode is one that I've been wanting to do since I started this show. And that sounds crazy because this show is only 4 weeks old. But I knew that it was going to be one that I do. I just wanted to know when I was going to do it, how I was going to do it, who were going to be the perfect guests for the show. And I think I narrowed it down perfectly for this evening's episode. We have a very special guest. He's a guest. He's going to be a co-host. He can come and go as he please, but something tells me he's going to want to stay the whole time because this might get muy caliente. His name is Kyle Andrew. I almost gave him his full name, but I've been prepped to only have not the 3 names. He's down to 2 names, which is good. And soon he's just going to be Kyle. He's going to be like Madonna. And then we have Kirsten Connors, who's going to come on later. She just started a new podcast called Let's Get 30. She's a hilarious up and coming stand-up comic from right here in Hamilton. A good friend of mine. So I'm going to bring her on in a bit. So this episode is all about dating, not just dating, but online dating. It's called Swipe Stories. You saw I'm going to cover my own face here for a sec, but you saw in the breakdown of Hinge, Bumble, Tinder, all the online dating. Everyone's kind of doing it, and everyone's doing it now weird. I feel like we're all in an episode of Love is Blind because we all are actually getting to know each other before we meet up and have sex. It's strange, I know. But we are now living in an episode of Love is Blind. And our special guest, Kyle Andrew, today, he is so attractive that he could star in an episode of Love is Deaf. You don't even need to hear him speak, and you'll just be like, I love this dude. I wrote that a couple days ago. I thought I'd use it now. Nicole Todd says, Denny's. That's a good way to start the show. So comment along, guys. I'm gonna start the show very shortly. This episode is all about online dating. I'm still fucking out of breath. I went down 3 sets of stairs because my jewelry was in the basement. All right. I'm gonna start this episode by having my first. I'm not a vodka drinker. Okay, there was some smuts on it. I'm not a vodka drinker, but these things are fantastic. Cottage Springs vodka soda watermelon. I'm just doing what I can every week to get sponsored by an alcohol company. That's my goal. For this summer, right? If I'm gonna be living in my mom's backyard, I might as well be getting drunk off sugar. Actually, these things are low in sugar. This one is watermelon delicious. I keep saying we're going to get started. We are going to get started. A couple quick announcements. I want to, before I say anything, I want to personally thank everyone in the Hamilton, Brantford, Burlington, Waterdown, Stony Creek, Lower Stony Creek, Upper Stony Creek, Lower Hamilton, Upper Hamilton. I went as far as Brantford to Burlington yesterday, dropping off Bullwhip shirts. Usually I hold up a Bullwhip shirt to thank everyone or tell everyone to buy a Bullwhip shirt. But they're sold out. I don't have any more shirts. They're gone. I think I sold 40 shirts. I thought I had like 20. I found 20 in a box. I actually found 40 in a box, and they're all gone. It's crazy. So before I do anything, I want to thank the people of Hamilton. Let's call it Hamilton and the GTHA for purchasing a Bullwhip shirt. It helps me keep alive. I mean, I'm living at home. I'm never going to be homeless. Let's get that real. It's just going to get more awkward the older I get in this house, but I'll never be homeless. But it does help me pay with, some car payments and car insurance and stuff, things that are still happening, even though I don't have a job right now. So thank you, everyone who bought a Bullwhip shirt. We are going to get started. Now, first of all, I need to say something crazy that happened today with our very special guest. So as you guys know, there's a perfect springboard out of Bullwhip stuff. As you guys know, my dad was a professional wrestler by the name of Bullwhip Johnson, thus the Bullwhip shirts. Now, I have been surrounded by wrestling my entire life. I'm not really a mark in the industry. They're called marks, guys who fucking love wrestling, who live wrestling. I was born into wrestling and I like it, but I don't give a shit about current wrestling. You couldn't pay me to watch like a wrestling show, like a Monday Night Raw right now. It's very boring and long. I don't care for it, but I am a child of 80s and 90s wrestling. Now there's an amazing new show on Vice TV called Dark Side of the Ring. Now it's been 2 seasons of 8 episodes a season. I think this season is 10 seasons. The reason why I'm bringing it up is because our guest today was featured as an actor in the show as a reenactment character, and his acting, he was reenacting the famous slap heard around the world, where Dr. D, David Schultz, slapped a famous reporter. I can't remember who right now. Kyle will tell us, and when he comes on, I watched it yesterday. I should know. But anyways, so Kyle Andrew played this guy on Tuesday's episode of Dark Side of the Ring. Now, I was doing some stuff for Bullwhip kind of stuff today, looking at pictures for my grandfather because I wanted to make a t-shirt that has my grandfather Bull on it. And I was looking at some family stuff and some family wrestling stuff. Now, this is the craziest thing I've ever seen. So, my dad was a wrestler, and obviously I mentioned that. And on Tuesday, Kyle Andrew played Dr. D, David Schultz, in a program about wrestling. I find on YouTube today, I've never seen this before, a clip of my dad, Bullwhip Johnson, wrestling Dr. D, David Schultz. Check this out. This is fucking crazy. Okay, so as you can see, that was Dr. D, David Schultz, and Bullwhip Johnson wrestling together at Mosca Mania. I believe Mosca Mania 1 or 2, one of the early ones in Kitchener, Ontario. Now, today, my guest is Kyle Andrew, who played Dr. D in a reenactment show on Tuesday. Isn't that fucking crazy? Doesn't that blow your mind? I saw that today. I almost started to cry. I'm an emotional cat. We all know that. But I was like, life is fucking crazy. Life is insane. I can't believe that was a thing. And it happened. So I'm about to bring on our first guest. Now, usually, last couple of shows I've had professional stand-up comics on. This special guest this week is a professional actor. He's an internationally published male model. He's, like I said, been on The Dark Side of the Ring. He's been on the cover of romance novels. This guy might be the most attractive person I know, next to me, of course. Now, usually I share a video or something, I was looking through his put his name in on YouTube, and there's a lot of stuff that could have been licensed, so I didn't want to risk it because the stream could get shut down. So what we're going to do as a team is we're just going to look at his Instagram. First of all, this is him as David Schultz. This is him as David Schultz on the show just the other day, who my dad was just wrestling. But let's just bring it back a bit. The guy is so handsome, stunningly good looking, often shirtless, which is okay. That's fine. Girls, he has 55,000 followers, which is great. I'd say 54,000 of them are single moms. That is an assumption that I'm going to make. And they love him, and I love him. I'm going to bring him on the show right now. Please welcome to Eric Johnston Live, Kyle Andrew, everybody.
Now that's an introduction. May I take a moment to clarify a few things, Eric?
Oh, I can't wait.
Okay, so for as far as the statistics on Instagram go, it's actually 38,000 single mothers.
Okay.
And the rest of them are gay men and one chick I fingered in high school.
So either way, you're getting some action.
Yeah,
dude.
That Dr. G video with your dad too that you found, that was pretty cool.
Isn't that insane? That is the craziest thing I've ever seen. That is, and it just happened today because I put in Bull Johnson, that was my grandfather's name, and in that match, my dad was wrestling as Bull Johnson. So then that clip came up, and then I'm like, and then it said like wrestling Dr. D. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Kyle's on the show tonight. It's insane.
I sent it to the producers of the show. They thought it was pretty cool.
Isn't that crazy? I sent them a message the other day congratulating them on how good the show is. The show was insane.
Rock was all over this episode. The Rock was posting it left, right, and center on his social. That was pretty cool of him.
It's probably the best produced wrestling documentary I've seen.
I tell this to people all the time. Like, I'm exactly the same as you. Love the 80s wrestling. I'm 40, so 80s, 90s wrestling. Huge mark for that. I don't pay much attention to it anymore, but I like the old school stuff. And I think the documentary is actually interesting for people who aren't into wrestling.
It's a story that has nothing to do with most of the stories have nothing to do with wrestling. As a matter of fact, you see wrestling very little in the documentaries. It's the life outside of the wrestling, which is amazing. But that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about. And I left it out of your intro because I wanted to save it for now until we were together. Before I continue into this episode, I want to remind everyone, as I always do, if you can see me and Kyle right now, please share this live stream. It means the world to us, to me. Again, I'm not making money off this show. I mean, other than me trying to like slimily be like, Cottage Springs, 3 grams of sugar, send me a case. I'm not trying to make money off this show. I'm just trying to stay motivated, stay working, stay talking, stay writing, and keep my face out there in a time where I'm forced to keep it in my mom's house. Okay? So that's what I'm doing. So, and I'm watching people share it right now. And watch, as soon as someone shares it, it goes up by like 15 viewers. And it's so important to me. And also comment along. Chuck C, he just shared it. Chuck is a big fan of the show. This is his 3rd episode in a row watching. My cousin Chris is just laughing for no reason. Might be stoned. Not sure why. So we're going to get into this. I know, and I in our part of our promotion today, I put the Bachelorette logo underneath your picture, which I didn't ask for permission to do that, and I don't give a shit. You were on the Bachelorette. You know how many times, like, it's actually I'm more of a when it comes to like this kind of stuff, like promotions and stuff. Like I'm more of a like, oh, sorry, I didn't know. Than like, hey, would you mind if? So I put the Bachelorette logo underneath your beautiful face, and the answer or the reason is why is because you were on the Bachelorette Canada. Isn't that crazy? Like I am stunning. I'm sweating right now because I'm running and I just got out of a hot shower. But I am stunning. I know that about me. And I'm also kidding. But you are on a show, and as much as everyone's like, it's about the personalities on the show. Like, as much as it's about getting to know someone and it's getting to find your soulmate, it's literally a group of attractive people. And I wouldn't have the balls to go on it. So I want you to quickly, before we get into our own dating stories, I want you to tell us the process of getting on to the Bachelorette Canada. Were you approached? Did you apply? Did someone apply for you? I've heard those kinds of stories before. They kind of nominate people to be on. I want to hear the story.
I'll tell you the story.
Okay.
This is very interesting. Okay. We're talking about kind of dating apps, but generally dating. But like, why don't we just talk about all the unusual ways to date, which include going on television?
Yes.
So here's the process. Someone messaged me on Facebook. They were reading my blog at the time. I was between careers and stuff, so I was blogging more. And they basically said to me, "Would you be interested in applying to something like this?"
Wait, hold on, Kyle. I'm going to stop you for a sec. Is it the same sound thing happening to me?
Okay, there you go. You're back. It's like 200 really personal questions. And I'm like, I don't care enough to bother answering any of these, so they won't be doing that. They're like, okay, well, just email the producers some pictures. I'm like, you're on my Facebook, right click, save as, you do it.
Okay.
So they finally talked me into, I emailed the producers some pictures. Let me fast forward. They set an appointment up on their Canada tour to have me come to Toronto to a hotel. I don't remember the name of the hotel. They had a room set up like the show. I swear to God, rose pedal, lighting guys, like
love it.
Light
I'm
behind.
loving this behind the scenes look. Yeah.
Producers. So I go up to the interview room, and they ask me one question, and then I just talked for 15 minutes straight. And I'm talking about my cats, guys that are too old to be doing coke in nightclubs.
Whoa.
Like, I'm going off about the most ridiculous shit, but they really hooked on to the cats. Because it turns out, I find out later, they're both cat ladies, right? So,
okay, that makes a lot of sense.
I thought it went well, and I went to my family lunch after, and they're like, "How'd it go? How'd it go?" I'm like, "I think they're gonna put me on the show." I honestly thought that, like, I not in an arrogant way, just like I thought it really, really went well, and and sure enough, then you get the call, and I think what happens is they want 20 guys, but they pick like 25 or 30 because there's always people that back out last second or fail the psychological.
I also notice on those shows
physical exams and stuff like that. So that was basically the process, and then that happened in January, and the show started filming in April. So there's your timeline.
Okay. Now I notice in those shows that you just
I can no longer hear you, Eric. Can you hear me?
I can. I was interrupting you the whole time, and you weren't stopping. I'm like, "Hey, you must not hear me."
I have not got your audio at all, Eric.
Okay. Well, this is how this show always starts. Where here, I'm gonna kick him out and kick him back in. Hold on. Kyle. This fucking guy. I don't know why. Oh, he's not wearing pants. Okay. Oh, he is wearing pants. Okay. He's wearing some sort of pants. That's good. I thought you were naked, and I was like, this is gonna get us so many more viewers. If you're watching, please come along. If you guys can hear me, that
Eric,
would be
you're talking, but I can't hear you at all.
That's fine. That's fine. I
don't know if you can hear me.
I'm just gonna look at you. If everyone can hear me, I just need one person to comment. Kirsten, I can see you nod along if you can hear me. Okay, she's in the bottom. All right, here we go. One of us is talking. He's gonna fix his thing. I have some questions. If he can hear me now, can you hear me now?
No audio. I can't hear you.
See, this is the thing about really attractive people. Okay, watch this. Okay, he's gonna leave and come back, and he's gonna figure it out again. As if he couldn't tell that I could tell that he could. Okay, it doesn't matter. So I was gonna ask a question about the Bachelorette. Okay, he just couldn't hear us, Diana. That's the issue. Nicole, you can hear us. He couldn't hear me hearing him, and that's where we lost him. But he's 6'7" and gorgeous, so we're gonna let it slide. So well, he's coming back now. He's coming back. Here we go. Jenna Pickles. Here we go. Now can you hear me?
Hey, I don't know what happened, but right after I told my story, I lost your audio, so I have no idea what you said after I just explained the process and the timeline. Sorry, everyone.
But you can hear me now.
Yes.
Good. Okay, good. See, again, I didn't make this technology. I don't know how it works. I just signed up for a service and started running a show. Now, that was hilarious, though, because I kind of was making fun of you because you were going like, I can't hear you. No audio. And I'm like, this is the thing about attractive people. Clearly, I can't hear. I was trying to kick you out and him, and then I was going to text you, but I figured I'd watch you struggle for a bit.
Perfect.
So that was great. I loved the story of how you got on the show. What you said something in there when you said they usually want 20, but they take 25. I watched The Bachelor and Bachelorette, and I watched the Canadian one for sure. I remember we were all at Westtown watching your premiere episode. Yeah. And everyone, as soon as you're on the screen, everyone's like, ah! And you're right. I remember that they really leaned into the cats thing because you're like this big, giant man. And you in your profile is like, this is Money Penny and this is whatever the other ones is, and they're really leaning into it. I almost thought that what they were going to try to do, which maybe they did a little bit, if I recall, they like trying to make you a crazy cat guy, like a crazy one, not like he loves kittens. Like I thought they were going to really lean into it, and then it was going to come down to like, tonight on The Bachelorette, the Bachelorette makes Kyle Andrew pick between her and her cats. Like I thought it his cats. I literally thought that they were going to get there, but you got kicked off the show before we got there. But anyways, dude, I'd be one of those guys where you see their intro and then you just never see them again. They're literally, they come on the show and they're like, I do something like, I'm sure the producers would be like, okay, so you're a stand-up comedian, right? So we're gonna make you have some jokes, but we're gonna use the rose as a microphone. Okay, is that gonna be great? We're gonna do the thing with the thing, and I'd be like, hey, I'm Eric. I'm still at my mom's house, but I'm looking for somewhere to go. And then I would go into the house, and then you would never see me again. You'd see cut scenes of me like this, but it would be panning across, and I'd be in the background going like. So I'm. I'd be gin drunk, and I here's the thing, I'd be the dude, and I think this kind of happened with you on the show, is although you didn't get the girl, which I mean, you're better off. I don't know if you know her personally, but you made great guy friends, and I'd be the dude on the show, being like, these are my boys. You guys want to go golfing or something? Like, who wants to go for a swim? Like, I'd be that guy, especially after a couple gins.
That was actually a major problem with our season, is that the guys were buddying up too much. Like we coming off the show, we have private Facebook groups we talk to. We still message, a lot of us. Yeah. But on the show itself, we were way too friendly with each other. They're like,
hey guys, can you pay attention to the girl? And you're like, we're actually playing pool right now. Can you tell her we'll be out in 5? Again? And my favorite line in any bachelor, bachelorette, no matter American, United States, Australian, is my favorite line in the show is, can I steal him for a sec? Or can I steal her for a sec? It's literally my favorite, because I play a drinking game with whoever I'm dating at the time, being like, you have to drink whatever he or she says. Can I steal him or her for a sec? Anyways, I don't remember how a lot of episodes end.
That'd be tough on the first episode. You try that shit in a bar or whatever, you get your life knocked out pretty quick.
So casting obviously loved you right away. And the biggest thing that's come from it, and this is not just going to be all about you, we are going to tell some dating stories, but I think the biggest thing that's come from it, you were already doing obviously you were a professional photographer. You've taken some pictures of me, some fantastic pictures of me. You were doing some modeling and some fringe modeling and stuff. But since you were on this show, I'd say that your career as a male model has exploded. I think that was a stepping stone into this new life of yours.
Actually, I wasn't at the time. The show was completely out of the blue. I had modeled in my past, but nowhere within proximity being on the show. And I was recruited by an agent off of the show itself.
Oh, that makes sense.
Kind of steamrolled from there. It was fortuitous timing, because the big and tall fashion market, like, I'm a very tall person.
We know. Actually, hold on, there's a comment.
Well, I don't know.
He's 6'7" and gorgeous. Yes. I said that. Someone just repeated it back to us. But
is it one of your burner accounts?
No, yeah, it's me. I'm just like, and keep going, 6'7" and gorgeous.
Yeah, no. So I didn't have that in it. A lot of this stemmed from that. It wasn't just the show. It was the show gave me the exposure to be found, and then the timing of an industry taking off. Just very lucky. So
yeah, and then you've done a lot of film and television. I know you did that big PlayStation campaign.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
And most recently, The Dark Side of the Ring, which brings us to what we talked about at the start of the show.
Yeah, just being on set. You know what it's like. I'm happiest performing. I'm happiest on set.
Yeah, no, and dude, I always have this conversation with other actors. All you want to do is get to set. It's your number one goal. All you want to do is get there. But it's so funny once you're there and you're shooting, and if you're waiting, all you're doing is like, fuck, I think we'll get out of here by 7:30. If we get you think if we skip lunch, we'll just do subs, and then we'll be out of there. Like, you're so excited to be there, and then after like 3 hours of shooting and stuff, you're like, Bill Burr says that being in a movie and a TV show is like going to the DMV with celebrities. You just sit around just fucking waiting for them to call your name, and you're like, Jesus Christ. But who can complain? You're on TV after.
Yeah, I was pretty lucky. Like, don't get me wrong, we were just doing recreation scenes for The Dark Side of the Ring. But yeah, I was the main character, so I was in almost everything. So it was mostly just wardrobe changes for me to represent, or hair changes.
Yeah, that's true too. When you're the star, that was like me on Splat a lot. I loved being there because I was a main character. I never stopped shooting. So you're there for like, I don't know, 10 hours and feels like you're there for 20 minutes.
Yeah, like getting to step into the ring, which is childhood fantasy and all that stuff. I'm playing with like Uzis and shotguns, and like I'm like, this is not the worst.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's get out of your career because we love it and we know it's great. Let's talk about me. No, I'm kidding. Let's talk about. I need to know what the fallout with your dating life has been since not only being on The Bachelorette. And we're going to get into some dating stories, and I'm going to bring on our second guest. I know a lot of her friends are watching patiently for her to come on. I'm going to bring her on very shortly. I want to get like one quick story out of you. Then I'm going to bring on our second guest, and we're all three of us going to be on together, and we're just going to riff and shoot the shit about dating. So I need to know, after you're on The Bachelorette, now you've become an internationally printed and traveling male supermodel, and you're single, and I know you're a happily single guy, or you're a mysteriously dating somebody guy. Who knows? I don't know. But there has to have been like a, hey, like guys are often known they have to message first, but your DMs must be like, hi, hey, hi, hard eyes, hi. Like me, your DMs must look like what I send out drunk at 3 a.m. Just hi, you up? Hard eyes, hi. Well, not anymore.
Most of my DMs are actually from guys that look like you. So, okay, I'll share a dating story. I'll share a dating story from right after being on the show, which this one is actually kind of a serious and important story because it really changed how I had to think about dating. I'll tell you what happened.
Okay,
so I don't recall right now where I met this person. It was, I think, on Instagram. Don't quote me. It's been years.
Okay.
So I'm on the show still. It's fall of 2016. I'm still on the show, and to the general public, I still technically could have been the winner.
Yeah.
So I have this girl over for a date because I can't go out in public and date people, especially in my hometown, because people snap pictures. It could ruin the show's surprise.
Hamilton paparazzi. I get it all the time.
But just generally, anyone that was on the show can't do that. So
I know.
I make her dinner. No, just whatever. She's been here for a little while. She asks me if she can use the bathroom. And I'm like, sure, of course. Yeah, it's upstairs, at the top of the stairs, blah, blah, blah. She goes up. I'm in the kitchen. I'm cooking for us. And, she's just been gone a little bit too long.
Love this.
I'm not thinking, is she taking a crap? Like, I'm not thinking that, but it's like that length of time. So I don't know what's going on, but I hear kind of movement, but there's things sizzling and there was music on. So I go up the stairs.
Okay.
She's in my bedroom with her shirt off, holding Miss Moneypenny across her tits as a bra and taking selfies of herself wearing my cat that was on The Bachelorette with me as a bra.
Oh, the old cat bra.
Yeah, because that's the thing, right? So that happens, and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? And like I don't know how to deal with this. A lot of things are going through my head. The first is, have these pictures already gone somewhere? What are you thinking? Blah blah blah. So let me just go through it quick. I'm like,
so I had sex with her.
Come downstairs. So I talked to her about the whole thing, and like I said, okay, I'm not mad, but you have to. I explained to her the contracts, what I was dealing with, and she cried actually. That there's one of the cats.
Yeah, I was just gonna say spotted.
She was so upset, and I wasn't being mean about it. I just had to explain to her, listen, I can get sued. People still think I might have won the show. And so I explained that I was pretty upset. It definitely ruined the vibe, and just kind of explained to her that like, blah, blah, blah. I'm so sorry. She deleted all the pictures off her phone. She showed me. I'm like, I appreciate it. Thank you. And that's the first time I realized things are a little bit different now because you have some public attention. It's like, oh, okay, this is what this is.
I got news for you. First of all, before she deleted all those pictures, they probably were in 70 group chats.
Probably. So I don't know. You know,
these girls,
though, they have to take 80 before they get the right one.
I know, that's true. I was going to say, girls, it's like me. Look through my phone. It's just me like,
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just trying to make my fucking head look smaller and my nose look smaller, my arms look bigger. That's amazing.
Eric Johnston classic.
The old Eric Johnston bicep push. You learned it. Yeah. Like a 7. Anyways, so after that, after the show airs, now you're becoming an international supermodel, and I'm not just saying that because you're my friend. It's true. Now I've only been on acting sets and comedy things. I've never. Oh, I modeled once. You were there with me on the runway, the Hamilton fashion show, the Hamilton. Yeah. I don't even know what it was. I was a celebrity guest.
Charity for the.
I don't know what it was for. All I know is we looked great, but I was giggling I was so nervous. I do an hour of stand-up comedy a night when it's not a global pandemic. I was so nervous that walking down the runway, I was just going, he. I was just giggling the whole runway. But it's funny because all the pictures look like I'm the happiest guy in the world. Although it was fun, it's because I was like nervous laughing the entire way. So I'm just all teeth and it looks like I have fear in my eyes. So you're doing high fashion modeling and high fashion photo shoots and stuff. I don't know what that's like. I don't know that world. I see like behind the scenes and you're like, hey guys, it's me, just chilling at home tonight, but here's a video of me in Belize with 10 of the hottest chicks in the world. It's just like I took my drone to get some good drone shots and it just starts on a butt and just goes up into the sky
onto a different butt.
You're like, dude, it's an art thing. I'm like, that's not art. I mean, it's art. It's just not. That's not traditional art. Oh, hold on. I just want to make a comment. I used to see this guy at Sizzle Koi all the time because in a past life, Kyle Andrew was the manager of Sizzle Koi, but we're not talking about that right now.
Tune in next week. No.
Yeah. I just got to note that there's clicking noises in our audio. I'm gonna tap my microphone. You tap yours. See what happens. Check.
I've been hearing those clicks since before you brought me on.
Oh, great. Hello.
Hey, Eric, I want to say something to make you feel better.
Okay.
That runway show runway shows are the only time I'm ever nervous.
Okay, thank you. I feel
was
like
so nervous. So for that show we did, I was unbelievably high.
See, that would be the worst case scenario for me.
Yeah, I would. That was the one time I learned that I'm never doing that again.
Weed gives me anxiety. Imagine doing a runway in front of. There was like 700 people there.
It was a busy room, man. I would never do that again.
So we're going to talk about, or everyone's going to tell a dating story. I'm going to bring on our next guest, our first official. You're kind of like a co-host, so I guess it's technically our first official guest. I've known this girl for years. She's a Stony Creek local. She just recently started getting into stand-up comedy, and she just started a very successful podcast. It's only a couple episodes in, and it's getting shared all over and streamed all over. It's called Let's Get 30. I'm going to bring her on. Kirsten, everyone. Hi, Kirsten.
Hey, everybody.
Hi. Whoa, good audio. Your audio is better than the professionals.
Oh, great.
How are you? Sorry, thank you for watching along and being part of the show. I saw you laughing at the bottom. It made me very happy.
I was chuckling.
Yeah. I'm going to try to make sure we can see everybody. Hold on. No, I don't like that. Well, let's see. Is that good? My head's too big for this angle.
Move
I'm gonna go back to this, and I'm just gonna crouch. Okay, so I think all three of us should tell one kind of dating story. This is my show's usually a comment-based show, but I think people are just watching and just laughing. They're waiting for some real nitty-gritty stories. So, we don't have to get too dark or too over sexual. I just want to know like those awkward, cringy dating things. I can tell one. Kirsten, you can start. You got one loaded? Okay, let's.
I've got one loaded.
Okay, let's do it. You got tell us.
Great. If you guys see me go ass over tea kettle, it's because I'm sitting on a stool with wheels. So that's what happened, just in case.
You're just like, hey, bye, boom, and you're just
I just fly off the side. I'm top heavy, so it can happen.
I gotta be honest. If that happens, it'll make a great highlight reel for the Instagram. I gotta. Yeah.
Great. Online dating, one of my favorite things.
Yes.
I met a particular gentleman, and I believe it was Bumble, which is one of my preferred ones, to be honest. Seemed to meet some quality gentlemen on Bumble.
They at least have jobs.
Usually, yeah, we're Plenty of Fish. They're like borderline homeless.
Oh no, you can't do Plenty of Fish. I just
Plenty of Fish still exists.
That's the problem. Yeah, don't do that.
It's like bottom barrel.
It's literally the bottom of the fish barrel.
Yeah. So I met this guy on Bumble. So I was under the impression that he would be more normal.
Yes.
So right off
you were
the
wrong.
I was wrong, like 100% wrong. So
Okay.
right off the get-go, he's telling me that his name is Armani.
Love the name Armani.
I'm like, ooh, that's fancy. But is that like a real name? And I'm like, yeah, like that's the name like your mama gave you. And he's like, yeah, 100% Armani. Meanwhile, I talked to this guy for like 2.5 months. So like for 2 months, his name is Armani. Cool. I'm like telling people like, yeah, I'm talking to a guy named Armani.
His name's Armani.
Yeah.
And he doesn't wear suits, but it's nice.
Yeah, pretty much. So he worked like up north in construction. So that's why I talked to him for like 2 months because I wasn't able to see him. And then he like came back into the city and he said that he had a lot of late night business meetings, but he was in construction.
Kyle, have you ever used that line before?
Yeah.
Yes. It's just you with your cats. Go on.
I've dated enough guys who sold weed out of their mom's basement to know that this guy didn't have business.
Okay, don't attack me on my own show. No, I don't sell weed. I dance competitively growing up. I don't have the skills to sell weed.
You're not that hardcore.
No.
So yeah, so he's ready to meet and I'm like, cool, let's go on a date. First date, he shows up with his son, his like 2-year-old son, and he takes me to Freshco to go grocery shopping. Which like I'm like, okay, like maybe that's like a cool new type of like I've been out of the dating market for like 10 years. So I'm like, maybe that's what people do, like real life experience.
You're like, I'm gonna take you shopping. You're like, ooh, farmer's market. He's like, no, Freshco.
Freshco. Yeah, on Centennial, the classiest of the Freshcos.
Oh, that is a good Freshco. My mom loves that one.
The Centennial Freshco.
Yeah. So red alert right there.
Big red alert.
Big red alert. The whole time though, he's just like ignoring me. I'm basically like nannying this small child while this man grocery shops. So I'm like, okay, I'm never going to hear from Armani again. Mm-hmm. Bam. Next morning, he's like, do you want to go for breakfast at Sunset Grill? I'm like, ooh.
Great place to go hungover with your friends. Not a good second date location. Kyle, you ever been?
No.
Does he only date on Centennial Parkway?
Yeah,
he can't go past Parkdale Avenue. For anyone watching internationally, it's just 2 shitty streets.
Go to the racquetball at the Sport and Fitness Academy.
He takes you to teach you how to learn kick flips at the Parkdale skate park. You go to the Kiwanis Club. Anyways, Kirsten, go on. I'm sorry. We went off.
No, this guy's like driving a Benz, so like I have high hopes. Like I've got pretty high hopes for Armani in the Benz. So second date, Sunset Grill. He orders 4 breakfasts because he says he needs it for his buff arms. I'm pretty sure he was so buff because he carried around so much audacity.
Oh, all right. Kirsten with a tag. Good work. Yeah. Someone went to Second City. No, you're killing it. But first of all, the only way I've understood Armani so far is sometimes you need an extra meal for your arms. I will admit, Kyle knows that too. He's more of a deadlift and squats guy, but yeah.
This guy was pretty buff, but he continued to spend the whole breakfast, which was like fucking long because he ordered 4 breakfasts, flirting with our like 21-year-old hot blonde waitress.
He's like, this is just my nanny. We're going to Freshco.
Pretty much. He was like, this is basically my personal assistant who I take grocery shopping and she watches me eat 5 breakfasts.
This is amazing. He's like, hey, for our third date, do you know how to knit? Because I got some holes and some crotches in my jeans.
I'm like sewing up his coat in the back corner.
You're like, I'm almost done with this and you can go out with somebody else.
Yeah. So it was at this point that I look down at his arm and I see a tattoo with initials, PF. And I'm like, oh.
PF Chang's, the Chinese food restaurant in the United States of America? Kyle, you've been?
I sure have.
Okay, go ahead.
His name was Paul, not Armani. And the whole time, which is at the point, I'm like, oh, like, what's PF? And he's like, oh, those are my initials. And I'm like, oh, do you spell Armani with a P? And he's like, no, my name's Paul. 2 months, y'all. 2 months. He let me call him Armani.
Hold on. This is amazing. But he's such a fucking douchebag that he had his own initials on his arm.
Yes.
Who forgets their own initials?
His own initials.
Like I've got my dad. I'm going to show everyone my fucking chest. I've got my dad's signature on my chest, which I think is a very nice tattoo. Imagine if I had my own. Actually, that sounds very on brand for me. Actually, to have my own signature on my chest, guys, it's just low self-esteem that turns me into an asshole. It's not real. But I'm like, imagine you're like, oh, EJ. Oh yeah, my name's Eric Johnston. I forgot. Shit, I've been telling people it's Armani.
I love the fact that he's so dumb that he changed his name instead of just having the tattoo covered. He probably didn't like them all anymore.
No, you know what? You know what would have been funnier is if his name was Paul and he changed his name on Bumble to like instead of Armani, like Porsche or something. So when he said PF, he's like, my name's Porsche Ferrari.
Porsche Ferrari.
This makes sense. I got it tattooed. That's amazing. Yeah. I've never been outright lied to like that. I haven't.
Yeah,
that's you?
I don't think I've ever had some. I haven't had a lie. Like there's lying about your name, but like he managed to drag that out for 2 months.
2 months.
And you had no one checks someone's ID when you're dating them. Like if I meet up with someone and they tell me their name, I pretty much have concluded that's their name. They can say
it. Guys, he had his socials. So I did have like just Instagram. I didn't get any further than that, but his name on Instagram was also Armani. So it was like pretty like
it would funny if his name was like Armani Exchange, like the whole t-shirt across. That would have been okay.
So he's the budget version of Armani.
Yeah, he's the winner's version of Armani.
The centennial version of Armani.
The centennial winner's version of Armani. He's in Eastgate Square right now. Again, local references, guys. Shitty places, shitty malls. Okay. Lessons. Julia says, lesson, only date people someone you know knows.
I would never date someone people I know.
Don't shit where you eat.
And your skeletons are right out of the closet.
Okay, what dating apps? Okay, you met him on Bumble. What dating apps do you guys have now? Like, what ones do you actively use?
I'm in the process of deleting them right now because I'm on a couple episodes of Love Is Blind right now, and I can't handle this too much for me. But I have when I'm in the heat of like single Eric Johnston, like midsummer Eric Johnston, it's like. Tinder, Bumble, Hinge. I have all three. I even signed up for that ship one, the one where other people set you up. There was another one. I since deleted it. But here's the thing. This is what I do on dating apps. I swipe. I match with people. I let it expire. I just don't.
It's like a video game.
I'm more interested in the thrill of the match than I'm like, oh fuck, now I gotta have a conversation.
You know what the problem is? It's not that I don't want to converse with someone. I hate the virtual transition from the match to actually seeing someone in person. I don't. Yeah. I'm like old school where I don't want to know too much about them till I'm face to face with them because I'm convinced half of the accounts on like Hinge and that are just hookers. Like, I'm serious. I'm serious. Like,
there's a lot of them. Like I'd say.
Sex business would use those to get more clients and customers, but it happens. Like
no, I was gonna say I'd say 60% of the girls on Tinder, and I'm sure there's male sex workers. I'm not on the other side of it, but Kirsten is funny. That's you. Look, that's you. You get a comment. And Chad says, honestly, do they work? What are the actual odds on dating apps? I've done both. I've dated a girl who I met in real life spontaneously. I dated a girl that I met on Tinder, and then I've seen some girls that I've met not on dating apps, but like through like Instagram DMs. Yeah, it's a big one.
Yeah,
ever since that introduction of once you can see someone's story, you can just swipe up and you can send like the heart eyes, the fire, the applause, the laughter. That's a dating app right there. Because if you just toss out a fire just on something, just gonna go fire, light a small fire, you can see what happens.
Just a small one.
Just a small fire. Start a Tinder.
Think about what's happening there, though, too. So if you follow someone on Instagram, you might be acquiring knowledge about them for weeks before you slide in their DM. You're actually getting an insight into how they live their life daily. On Hinge, I have 5 pictures, one comment about dating them is like eating an oatmeal raisin cookie and finding out it's an edible, and swipe left. That's so fucking annoying. Why do so many girls put that in their profile? And then
all right, relax, supermodel. Jesus Christ.
Yes. Not all of us are as hot as you.
Sorry, we can't all. So many girls, so many tens have whatever funny jokes in their profiles. I'm sick of it.
But I mean,
no, I get what you're saying.
But you have this static thing, and then at least on Instagram, you can pay attention to someone for weeks and find out if there may be more for you. So I don't know. I would rather slide in someone's DMs than use a dating app. Amanda
says I met my boyfriend on Match.com. That's a service.
And her boyfriend is great.
I think I've met her boyfriend. They were both at one of my shows recently, and she's an angel, but he's an angel too. You ever meet a dude? You're like, this dude's an angel.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah.
I think those types of services work though, because there's so much more involved.
Well, it's legit.
Got married off of that.
Yeah. My mom paid for Match for a bit, and then she's just like, fuck, these guys are all in Buffalo, and then she deleted it. But
I've also paid for Match.
I got some guy messaging me from Rochester, New York. How do I change these settings? I'm like, I don't know, Ma. I don't have Match. I think Kyle, you and even you a little bit, Kirsten, but you're gonna get worse because you're becoming a stand-up comic. But Kyle and I we both share a lot about our lives, so there's really there's no fucking mystery. If someone follows me on Instagram and we start talking, they're like, so how was New Jersey, Chicago, the new live show you're doing, and how you're making all these memes during quarantine? I'm like, good. Like, what the fuck do I say to that? My entire life is out here. I do a show in front of my own picture. It's pretty clear to see the type of person that I am. Although I am a fucking angel at heart and caring and loving, and everyone and people who've dated me know that. But well, they try to. Well, they think it for a couple weeks and then they get tired of me leaving all the time. Anyways, that's a different show. So I have a quick story. It kind of links into yours, Kyle. Not because yours, but it's the cat story. Animal lovers. Now, I like animals. Every girlfriend that's moved into my house has come with a cat. They just bring cats. They move into my mom's house, and it's like, Mom, my girlfriend's moving in, and she's got a cat. My mom's like, the cat's not coming. And I'm like, cat's coming. And she's like, fine, you got to clean up after it. And then she's vacuuming the next day. But I've had cats move in. My sister moved back from Ottawa, just gave us her dog for a bit. So dog lived here for a while. I don't have any pets. Now, I like people who like their pets. Kyle, you love your pets. Kirsten, I know for a fact that you threw a birthday party for your cat.
Obviously.
And first of all, amazing. You want to know how I know this? First of all, because I know you personally. But second of all, we were ordering balloons for my sister's 36th birthday. And we're like checking out the best balloon sites and businesses in Hamilton. And we found your review of a balloon service because you used it for your cat's birthday party.
Yo, that balloon floated for 9 months.
And my sister's friend, who we were co-hosting the party together for my sister's birthday party, my sister's like, first of all, we should use the service. And look how funny this comment is about this girl's cat's birthday party. And I was like, I know that fucking girl. And so,
oh my God, that's so funny.
Party Max, Queenston Road. They're unbeatable. Guys, check it out.
You're like, I had a cat's birthday balloon for 9 months.
Yeah.
And okay, so I like animals. Now, some people are obsessed with their animals, and that's fine. And I love dogs. I love other people's dogs. Like if a dog's gonna come in, I'll wrestle it, play with it, scratch your belly. Like, what's the scratches? I'm that kind of guy. But then if I'm covered in hair, I literally go to the corner and lint roll and leave before I leave. I was seeing a girl for a couple weeks, and things were nice. Like we went to a couple concerts together. I was kissing her in public. I wasn't doing the like we're just friends right now thing. I was like kissing her at the Mule. Like at the Mule, and that's my like date spot. Serious. I kissed her on the lips at the Mule. Like that's in Hamilton. That's like being in a relationship. So things were progressing, and I'm not afraid of relationships, but I have to tell girls, listen, I'm enjoying this. I respect you. I want to be in a relationship with you, but you don't understand. Sometimes I leave for months at a time, and you have to be okay with that, and you have to trust me, or this isn't going to work. This girl seems like, no, it's super cool. I'm still establishing my life right now, and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, okay, cool. So things were going good. One evening, she loved her dog, by the way. And one evening, we went back to her house, and the dog came in, and we're sitting on the couch, and it was like a scene from like a Hallmark movie. And the dog came up, and I'm like, hey, and I'm like rubbing the belly, and she's like, lay down to the dog, and I was like, me? And she's like, no, the dog. So the dog lays down, and she's scratching his belly, and then she starts like going like lower, and then like lower, and then this girl starts like scratching the dog's balls that were still there, and I look down, and I'm like, what are you doing? And she's like, he likes it. And I was like, if you do this in front of guys that you're trying to, what happens in this fucking house? Where she's like, he likes it. I'm like, how much do you like this fucking dog? And I was so turned off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't feel good. Like, I have to go. Like, I have to leave. And so I literally just left. I blame the mule tacos. And I was like,
don't blame the mule.
I feel bad for blaming the mule. It's my
don't
favorite
do that.
People are talking about craving a taco right now. I left and I was like, I can't do this. I was literally so weirded and grossed out that I was like, I have to go, and I left. And I tried to ghost her, but I don't care for ghosting. I don't think it's a nice thing. And I know some girls who have been ghosted, and it's the most frustrating thing ever. And plus, I'm afraid of ghosts. I'll admit it. I'm gonna like ghosts as a paranormal thing, so I don't want to become what I fear the most. So I try to ghost her, and then I talked to her, and then I just said, I'm not really feeling it, and I'm going on tour soon and stuff.
So don't play with my cat's balls in front of guys. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, that's the lesson you can learn. Kyle, I can't speak for you. I know you love those fucking cats.
That's my takeaway.
Even animals don't like hand jobs.
At least in front of their other boyfriend. I was like, it's like an Oedipus complex. I'm like, you're leaving me for the dog?
Yeah.
Right. Chad says, she was practicing before she got to you. I don't know. I think that's not on the that's not on my thing. I don't want to go like taco and then dog then me. There's too many things that her hands were in that night. I zoomed in too quick on that. Actual size. Here we go. I'm seeing a girl I met on Tinder, really sweet girl, but 90% of the time Tinder is just useless. I got ghosted a bunch.
I have a theory on that.
Okay.
I don't think you can technically be ghosted by someone you never met. If you just match with someone on a dating site or a dating app and they just disappear, that's a consequence of using those types of apps. I'm sorry, but you can't be ghosted by someone you didn't meet. That's my opinion. Because you don't actually know that person, unless they send you a video saying, "Good morning, Kyle. I hope you have a good day." You don't know that that's a real person.
That's true too.
I've had people put up fake accounts using my pictures on Hinge and stuff all the time. Some woman told me her mother got ripped off and transferred some guy money that was using my pictures in another part of the world. And I was like, I'm very sorry that happened to you. I don't know how else to respond.
You're like, you can't have my money.
No, I don't have any.
Yeah, you're a Canadian. You could be handsome, but at the end of the day, you're still a Canadian entertainer.
That's right.
And can we just pause for a second? Imagine being so attractive that people stole your pictures to use on fake dating profiles. Oh,
what a problem to have!
What a perfect face problem. I'm kidding. No.
No, but I don't think you can be ghosted by someone you haven't actually met.
Yeah.
So I think
I agree.
It's just my opinion, but it's just that's why I have this fundamental problem where I can't really take someone seriously until I've been in the same room with them. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying I've gone out on dates and people from apps. But does not feel real to me until I'm sitting across from them. And now we've got this problem, and I've been arguing with friends about this new FaceTime dating thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's super charming, and it's a really wonderful way to get to know someone on the other end. But I know people who are some friends who have used it just to get free meals out of dudes. Because you send someone Uber Eats meals and stuff. That's hilarious.
Oh, that's amazing.
I'm not going on a FaceTime date with someone and buying them dinner to ship to their house. That's stupid.
If some girl asked me to do that, I'd be like,
down and eat it with me.
Yeah. If some girl asked me to do that, send me food, I'd be like, Ma, she wants pierogies. So my mom would be like, okay,
to her house.
I was looking for something to do. Matching with all these guys in Buffalo. Kyle, do you have another story? Another quick one?
Let me think. Well, I'll tell you, it's not funny or anything. I used a dating app sometimes called Rhea. And I met someone in South Beach, Miami, the last time I was working there.
Yep.
And we went out twice, 2 nights in a row, actually. And she was wonderful, but honest to God, she was out of my league. Like, straight up, this person was so accomplished. No, I'm just talking about, like,
not superstitious or superficially. She was just a better person than you. You mean?
She was super attractive, but she had so much going on for herself. And I got into entertainment and this modeling and acting stuff pretty late in my life. So I'm in the early phases, I hope, of that becoming more successful. So I'm not rich. Like, I'm worried about this pandemic and money just like everyone else. This woman was a CEO, started a not-for-profit, saving the honeybees in Puerto Rico, all this crazy shit. Wow. Charming as shit, smart as a whip, gorgeous. We went out twice and I thought it went really well and maintained some contact, but I'm like, no, I just accepted it. She's just out of my league. And but that was the first time I met someone from that app, and man, like, I really hung on her words. Like, I liked being next to this person. It was a ton of fun.
Doesn't that feel special? When you
that was actually the last date I went on.
You actually care what they have to say. Isn't that such a special feeling? I'm being serious. I'm not being sarcastic. It's a special feeling. Like, we're living in a world right now where okay, Kirsten, don't throw it a birthday party. Kirsten, someone from the comments says, Kirsten, talk about the 60-year-old men. That sounds like a story to me.
Please do.
Oh my God. Okay, so one time I had just gone through a breakup, and my best friend Amanda came over, and we were drinking, and she was like, "Oh, like, we should sign you up for Tinder right away. Like, let's do it." And I was like,
"Get you back on the field before you miss any periods." Yeah, I meant of gameplay, not the other way.
Right back
in. Get you back on the field before you miss another period of game. Like, it doesn't matter. Okay, go ahead. Yeah, it would be very East Hamilton of you, though. But go ahead.
Super East Hamilton. So I let Amanda. I'm like, whatever. Like, set it up. That's cool. So for the next few days, I'm getting messages, but like straight up from only senior citizens.
Love this.
Yeah, 60 plus. And I'm like starting to get a little bit upset about it. Like, now I'm out in the dating world. Only old men are into me. Like, this is pretty upsetting. And then finally, after like 5 days, some like courteous old man messaged me, and he was like, "Ma'am, I think your age might be set wrong." And I was like, "No." Amanda had set me as 62 years old.
You look great.
Right. So I'm only coming up in old men's
nice
range. And nobody was telling me. They were all like shooting their shot. Like,
they're all like, "Hey, sweetie, you want to go to Florida?"
Yeah. I actually ended up having to email Tinder. They wouldn't change it, because to change your birthday, you have to enter what it is now. And drunk Amanda had no idea. So I actually had to go to their customer service and send them a picture of my driver's license.
You're like, "Here's 10 old balls I got this week. Change my fucking age."
Literally.
And 2 cat balls.
And then, one of my ex-girlfriend's dog's balls.
This just reminded me of another story.
Hold on, I just want to say something funny. Shannon said, "Really big pensions." Actually, you know what? I don't believe in this taking advantage of world, but I do believe that if a guy is stupid enough to just randomly pay a girl like sugar daddy stuff, I put this thing on the internet, like a status on Facebook. I was going to write a joke about it, and I was like, "Dude, how are all these chicks with no jobs just going to Europe? I don't get it. How does it happen?" And then someone messaged me like, "Dude, sugar daddies." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" Like, I literally I didn't know about this world. I had like seen Vice stuff about it, but I didn't think it was real. Like, no, dude, like I know personally like 10 girls who will have sugar daddies. You just like, they're like, "Daddy, can I have $10,000? And I want to go to France with my friends." And he's like, "Well, she sat next to me at a Bulldogs game, so let me just send that off." It's like, are you fucking crazy?
Could you imagine? All you had to do was sit next to them at a Bulldogs game.
Well, that's where your night starts, and then he drops popcorn. He's like, "Can you get that for me?"
Yeah.
But seriously, what'd you Kyle? This is I don't know. You're 4. I'm only 30. I'll be 30 in a couple weeks, and you're 40. Kirsten, I don't even know how old you are. I have no idea. I'm not.
I'm older than you. I'm 31, but like I'll be Kyle's sugar baby if he needs one.
Shooting shots in the comments.
Eric's got my number if you need it.
Okay, so your story reminded me of one from very, very long ago that I have to tell because this is pretty fun. So this is a plenty of fish story. When I was the manager of the bars, one of the owners and one of the other guys was one of my best friends. I'm not going to say any names in this story. We would be hanging out all the time. We got really drunk one night and we decided to create a fake Plenty of Fish profile for one of our male bartenders who was always working. He was a good guy. We liked him. We gave him a ridiculous nickname on the thing. So he matches with quite a few people and we're having the chats with him. And he matched with a girl that she was fine. She was nice, I guess. She was saying all nice things. We said his schedule to her, come and meet up. She wasn't a super attractive woman by traditional standards, but like she was saying really nice things. This is part of the story. So he was a very attractive guy for the record, like an attractive man.
Yeah.
So we got her to show up solo at one of his bar nights. And this was in one of the smaller bars we ran, like the live music venue and stuff.
Yep.
She goes in to meet him. He has no idea what she's doing there, but he's so enthralled with the fact that this girl wants his attention. He just goes with it, and they end up sleeping together that night.
So you're like a pimp. You're like one of those pimps.
Nice.
Was she the same age? She was the same age?
We never told him. No, he was about 8-9 years older than her, but like
older. I
like
thought
mid-30s to mid-20s sort of deal.
Oh, okay, that's not bad. Well, so you're saying is he was handsome. Like he was handsome, and then you guys had good game, and you guys came together to make a transformer of random sex.
But the thing was, we were purposely being so ridiculous with our chat comments and replies. We didn't think, first of all, she was going to show up. But then when she showed up, the stuff we were saying, it wasn't going to translate to a person that wasn't really having this conversation with her. Well, it turns out he just ran with it, pretended he knew what she was talking about, and she was so enraptured by him. They slept together.
You know what's amazing is we just lost Kirsten. I'm sure she'll come back. But you know what's amazing? That story as guys is a kind of like a funny story.
Yeah.
But if you were to gender reverse that and like your friend was the girl and you made a profile for her and we're sending dudes to the bar, that would be like CHCH. Like,
yeah.
Like local bartender accosted at Sizzle Koi because her male friend set up a dating profile for her. And,
well, that's
it's like a horror movie.
But that's actually like that could be the starting scenario of a horror movie.
Like set up by friends gone wrong. While we wait for Kirsten to come back, there was a couple funny comments. Dick telegrams from old people. Amanda said she's so sorry for making the wrong age for her friend. And
sorry, Amanda, you're the best.
My sister brings up a good point. My sister's been single for a couple of years and she's got my sister is fantastic. You know my sister Holly. Beautiful, hardworking business owner, whatever. She just sometimes ends up going on dates with fucking morons. And I'm her brother. And I have to be like, it's just, it just is what it is, Hall. It's just kind of the dating thing. And, it is, it's not your fault. But it's like, literally, it's not her fault. Like, she is so beautiful and so talented and so funny. She just sometimes she just dates like a 19-year-old chick where she's like, look at this guy is shot with a motorcycle. and then it's just the worst ever. You know what I mean, motorcycle, shut up. But if my sister said if I didn't look like 10 miles of bad road, I'd come and tell my rock climbing double date with the girl that got away story. That was a doozy. Rom-com plot gone awry. So this I won't butcher her story, but basically she was brought on a date by a guy to show his old like love of his life, to be like, look, I can date. And then they went like rock climbing, and then the girl, the old love of life, was like purposely fucking with my sister, like dropping her like rope and stuff, like trying to kill my sister on this rock climbing wall. Kirsten, I'm gonna bring Kirsten back in. She's back.
Hey.
Did your phone die?
No, it kicked me out. I'm on my laptop. It's weird.
Okay, welcome back. And you don't have to fall off the chair anymore. But Nicole said, I still got my friends' phone numbers to guys that I don't want to contact me. I've never done that. That's so fucking mean. I know a girl who used to go at like the pizza store or the Geno's Pizza Stony Creek number. Guys would be like, I'll call you later tonight. She's like, call me at 2:30. And then the guy would be like, yeah, Geno's Pizza, what do you want? And he's like, yeah, is Kirsten there? Like the guy, such a fucking idiot.
But it's 2:30, so he probably just gets the pizza.
Yeah, he's like, you know what? Well, while I'm here, give me a pep.
I give out my sister's number.
Lesson number 2: always date someone out of your league. At least it won't be disappointing. I'm always, and this is not. I know I talk shit about myself. Whatever. I usually date up. I generally date girls better looking than me because I just go for it. I just shoot for the moon, and sometimes you miss, you'll land among the stars. That's a lesson. And I dated a model for 2 years, burlesque model, and I dated just whatever. I'm not bragging. They all both went to shit, so it's not my fault. It is my fault. I wanted to say
status now.
Who, me?
Are you guys both single?
Yeah,
Kirsten. Yeah, I'd say I'm single for now. I'm single for now. I'd say that this quarantine makes me put some pants on. It makes me want to fuck around and start a family. I'm getting old. I don't know. Maybe because I'm turning 30 in a couple weeks, where I'm just like, that's enough. I'm done. I can't do this anymore. I kind of want to be in something, but yeah, we'll see. Anyways, that's not the show. It's not Eric's potential love story. It's Eric's ex shitty dating stories. Kyle, question for you: would you ever fuck an older woman for money?
No, I have enough trouble getting hard at this point as is.
Whoa, curveball. No, I just thought about it because of like the sugar daddies, like these like 30-year-old chicks fuck these 70-year-old dudes. They're like, well, he gives me $5,000.
Women aren't stupid enough to spend their money like that.
That's true.
They just aren't. Women that have money to spend like that, they're not wasting it on dick. Like,
that's true.
Surprised.
Kirsten's like, actually, I run a service on Saturday night.
People pay for dick. They pay.
No, honestly, I would. I don't think I could. Honestly, I don't think I could. Like, I just don't think the equipment would work.
Oh, my mom wants to chime in. I didn't realize she was watching. I wouldn't have said.
How much money does she have?
Actually, she just got killed on the stock market. Stay the fuck away from my mom. But my mom brought up a story. Your mother met a guy from Niagara and he knew that she was from Hamilton, and he asked if she can't spell it. If the story about Hamilton having a lot of mafia, if he knew anyone that could bump off his ex-wife. That is a true story. My mom went on a date in Port Dalhousie, and it was like it sounds like an FBI sting, but the guy was serious. He's like, we went on a date. I just wanted to talk to you. Like, you're from Hamilton. There's a lot of mob guys in Hamilton. You're the only one who could kill my ex-wife. My mom's like, so the Chardonnay's good.
Poor cat.
Yeah, no, my mom's an angel. She'll find her prince. Kyle, stay away from her. She doesn't have any money. She has a lot of money, but she lost a lot in the stock market. How old are we talking? Old? I don't know, man. Okay, I got one. Well, I'll do one more and close it because I don't like to do this show more than an hour and a half or an hour 10. So, I have one. I was, it's not too sexual. Mom, leave. But so she comes in and leaves a comment. And I never know if she's still here. I can't see who's in here. But okay. So I was at a friend's house playing. It's kind of a dating story because I knew the girl when I met her through online dating. But then it was one of those things where you meet someone on online dating, you get the number, you text. It's really big initially for the first 3 days, and it kind of fizzles off. And then for the next 6 months, you text each other like once a week, being like, hey. Like, I call it keeping the balloon in the air. You never want the balloon to hit the ground, so you just once a week you're just like, hey, just to keep it up. So we were both kind of doing that to each other, and she messaged me. I was at my friend Evan's house. We were all my there was like 4 or 5 of my best friends watching the hockey game. This was when hockey existed, and we're all drinking, and I was like, kind of whatever, just chilling for a night, and we're watching the game, and I get the text from this girl, and she's like, hey, what are you doing tonight? I'm like, I'm just at my buddy's house watching hockey. And she's like, well, I'm going out. And then I jokingly said, like, maybe I should come over after you get home from the bar. Like, just said something like douchey like that. And she's like, how about you come over right fucking now? And I was like, okay. So I'm like, fucking finish my beer. I'm like, boys, I gotta go. So I like stand up, put my shoes on. I drive down. She lives down by Hess Village. And for anyone not from Hamilton, it's about a 20-minute drive. from where I live. And I sure enough, I knock on the door. All right, I get to the apartment. She buzzes me in. I get to the door. She's like, come in. And I like come in. And she's in like a pink robe, just a pink robe. And I was like, okay. This girl starts talking. She's like, come in. She pulls out her phone. And I am no means a celebrity. I'm not that delusional to think that I'm a celebrity by any means. But she pulls out her phone and she's like, hey, Snapchat, I'm just here with like famous comedian Eric Johnston's in my apartment right now. And I'm like trying to hide behind a fucking kitchen counter. I'm like, can you put that away? Like, what the fuck are you doing? First of all, because I'm not a famous celebrity, but also I don't want people to know that I'm here. Okay. I don't want that. That's not the thing I want on the internet. So I come in and she starts like fucking just smoking cigarettes. I was vaping at the time, so I'm vaping out her fucking patio door. She's ripping butts steady. And she's like, I'm so hungry. First of all, I've only talked to this girl by text. I don't know what she sounds like when she speaks. And she's like, I'm so hungry. She's like, I haven't eaten in days. And I was like, what? And she's like, I just don't eat. Like I gained like 7 pounds recently. I just don't eat. And I was like, you don't eat. She's like, no, if I get like hungry, I just chew ice cubes because I get water and then it tricks my brain into think that I'm chewing food so that I don't get full. I'm like, okay. And she's like, okay. And so then she's like, do you do coke? And I was like, no.
She does.
Like, yeah. She's like, do you mind if I do coke? And I was like, I don't care. Yeah, sure. So she literally opens up her kitchen cabinets that don't have any plates in it because she doesn't eat. So it's just a one plate and it pulls it out, puts it on the table. It's like 8 pre-chalked up lines of cocaine. And I'm standing there. I'm like, whoa. So she just starts fucking, I don't know, in Stony Creek in the early 2000s, it was called doing a Hollywood. Again, I don't do coke. I just hear these things. We're going to do a Hollywood, a big long line. She did like 3 of them in a row. She like pushes her heads up. And she's like, now she's looking at me like fucking Henry Hill towards the end of Goodfellas. Like she's just like wide eyes. She's looking for fucking helicopters. She's crazy. So she starts fucking running her mouth. And I was just like, okay. I'm just literally standing there going like, And she's like, I think it's so great that you're such a comedian. You work so hard and you do blah, blah, blah. I just think it's so attractive. Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, okay. I'm just standing there. And she's like, so my friends are going to be here soon. And I'm like, what? And like, she's like, yeah, we're going to go to Black Rabbit Social Club had just opened. She's like, we're going to Black Rabbit. I'm like, I'm not going to Black Rabbit. She's like, yeah, all my friends are coming. And I was like, okay. And then she's like, I'm like trying to think of a way I need to leave. I need to leave here right now. I need to go home. She's like, I just moved in here. Look at my apartment. And I was like, okay. I'm like, you just moved in here? She's like, yeah, I just broke up with my boyfriend a couple days ago. I'm like, this is amazing. So she's like, let me show you around. Now, when a girl's like, let me show you my apartment, the tour is like kitchen, living room, down the hallway, into the bedroom, then you guys have sex. That's generally how it works. Mm-hmm. But then we get to the fucking down the hallway. She's literally like kicking clothes and boxes and fucking paintings of Marilyn Monroe. I don't know what it is about girls who do coke, but they love paintings of Marilyn Monroe. So she's kicking over paintings of Marilyn Monroe. She gets to her bedroom door. She's trying to like open it, but she can't open it. And she's like trying to like shimmy through it. And she's like, sorry, my bed just doesn't fit in here. And she like, I'm like a fucking idiot. I'm still a dude in my mind at this moment. So I'm like, I'll go into the bedroom with her. And I go into the bedroom. The entire bedroom is like, it's a small apartment in Hamilton. It's just one bed. It's like one of those California king beds. So it's just the bed. You just open the door and it's just bed. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? And she's like, I would have sex with you right now, but I'm totally on my period. And I'm like, what am I doing here? What the fuck? What am I doing here? I was watching hockey with my friends. It was a nice time. And she's like, and I swear to God, last words out of her mouth was, and I would just blow you, but my blowjobs are so bad that's why my ex-boyfriend broke up with me a couple days ago. He said that they were so bad that he had to cheat on me because he needed to get them from somebody else. And that's why he cheated. And that's why we broke up. And I was like, I need to go. So she's Snapchatting me as I'm going down the hall, like, bye, Eric Johnston. Thanks for coming over. I'm like trying to put my shoes on. I swear to God, 2 weeks ago, I saw this chick on 6 Buzz TV. and it was a video of her like fucking wasted at a party being like, I just want men to give me cocaine. And it was like one of those captions where like, claim which ends this girl's from. And I'm like, that's the fucking girl. So the point is, FaceTime with the person first so you can hear their voice and see if they start chalking up fucking 8 lines of cocaine.
The point is, you got used to make her ex angry.
Yeah, totally.
Oh yeah.
To make it look like she fucked you. She didn't fuck you, but he's going to think that she did and give her another chance at those piss poor blowjobs.
Yeah. Eric Johnston likes my blowjobs.
See, Kyle, that's what you got to. I never even thought about that. I'm like, oh, she just Snapchatted me because I'm like a Z-list celebrity in Hamilton. No, she was probably sending them to the fucking dude.
For sure.
Now it
He
all
wanted
makes
to make
sense.
Sure, it was someone that he would know of, or someone he could ask someone would know of you. And you got used. You got used in a big way, my friend.
I didn't get. Nothing happened. The only thing that was used was my gas to get down to Hess Village and back.
Well, and your night with your friends who are,
Oh no, the best part is I forgot this part of the story. I went back
to
the fucking party, so I drove all the way back, and they're all this still. The period of the hockey game wasn't even fucking over yet, and then they walk in there, and then they're like, "Oh, this guy fucking that was pretty quick. What'd you do?" Like this, and I just got chirped for so long. Like the rest of the night, they're like, "This guy, he's over there for 5 minutes, fucking Eric Johnston." So yeah, it sucked. Kirsten, you got another one?
I don't know if I have anything that can beat that, quite frankly.
You're like, sorry. You're like, one time I did 8 lines of cocaine.
And wore a pink robe. I honestly, when you started, I was like, who is he talking about? Because I'm in a pink robe right now.
I didn't even notice that. I thought that was a shawl.
No. It's bedtime, you know me.
This is secretly live therapy session for Eric. That's funny.
Yeah.
Downs Bobby. Downs Bobby? Do you know Downs Bobby? Is that a story of yours?
Yes, I am familiar with Downs Bobby.
Is this a story about someone who's mentally handicapped and you don't want to tell it, or what's going on?
No, the person in fact is not.
I'm just making sure because that's a nickname of someone that sounds like a mean nickname. Go ahead.
No. That was a person who did put me through a test on social media or on online dating.
Love it. Where
he, after like a week or 2 of talking, and his name was Bobby, which again, red flag, like what grown man is named Bobby? He like the day before we were going to go meet, he was like, yeah, like actually I have something that like I wanted to tell you before we meet. And I was like, oh, okay, sure. Like hit me with that. And he's like, oh, yeah, I actually have Down syndrome. And I was like, oh, that seems like you don't though, because I've seen lots of pictures of you and I've spoken to you and you don't seem like you do. And then he was like, oh, well, you know what? When we meet tomorrow, my mom will be there and she knows a lot more about it. So you can talk to her. And then I was like, oh, wow, I didn't know that your mom would be joining on our date.
Sounds like something I would do. Go ahead.
I'm like, this is a lot to unpack, though, gonna be honest. And this was the kicker. He said, but you know, if you ever wanted to know if the baby had it, we could get it tested. What baby? We have not met, sir.
Okay.
So then that's when I was like, you know what? This just seems like a lot to unpack. Yeah. And I don't think I do want to do that date tomorrow with your mom and you. And then that's when he's like, you just failed the Down syndrome test. And I was like, he was testing to see like if I would still go on the date with him and his mom to find out about my baby. But obviously no normal person would continue on with that date. And it was just a test. Like I've seen this person, I've spoken to this person. In no way were they at all in any form disabled, other than just slightly a little bit strange, is to put people through tests.
I love how he landed on Down syndrome, which is a noticeable,
yes,
like you would know. So it's like So you were like, okay, no, he doesn't have Down syndrome, but he's definitely crazy. So I don't want to go on this date.
Yes. Well,
he's like, you just failed the test. Like, if he should have been like, I'm actually a racist. And you're like, well, we'll have to talk that out. Like, that would have been, you can't see racism. Well, sometimes you can see racism if they're a Trump supporter or something. But I just mean, like, I'm secretly this or I'm secretly that. Chad says people are pathetic. That is true.
It was a really weird one. I was actually so much so that I went upstairs because I live with my mom, and my mom works at the hospital, and I went upstairs just to confirm, like, is there a type of Down syndrome where like you wouldn't see it or hear it or anything like that? And my mom was like, no, it's pretty, you do or you don't, which he didn't 100%. So again, but he then admitted it that it was just his test, and
I love how guys have the balls to put people on tests. Like, who the fuck are you? Like,
the audacity.
So
go ahead, Kyle.
This guy has the balls because he was making reference to, don't worry, our baby could get tested.
Yeah.
Why would you sleep with someone who brings their mom on the date?
Well,
how does that end up inside you?
Honestly,
I've never brought my mom on a date, but she does live here, and I do bring dates here.
The biggest red flag I had was the baby comment. None of the rest of it was as bad as the mom and the baby was the worst part of all of it.
The mom is weirder than the baby thing to me.
Okay, let's not attack guys who are really close to their moms. That's
no, but bringing your mom on the date is a weirder comment. Talking about babies.
Yeah, it was really that was possibly one of the weirdest ones that I've ever. But like, I never met that person. Obviously, we never actually met.
My mom went on a date with a dude once, and they went for a glass of wine, and like right before they went to the Powers for a glass of wine, and right before he took a glass of the wine, he's like, "Oh, well, hold on, I gotta take a pill." He was like, "Glunk," and then didn't she? My mom, curious woman, was like, "What's that?" He's like, "It's just my antipsychotic medication. I'm really not supposed to drink on it, but I figure I should take it now." And my mom was like, "Yeah, Jack, please." And then I was on a date with a girl once, and we were sitting again at the Mule. The Mule's my spot, and she popped a pill. And again, I'm curious, just like my mom is. And I was like, "What's that?" And she's like, "Oh, I just have this is word for word, swear to God. It's a quick story." She said, I just take these pills because I have a funky vagina. That's what she said. That was her funky was the word. I was like, funky? She's like, it just kind of, I swear to God, I'm eating a pulled pork taco. She went, just kind of funky. And I went, what? And I said, like, I was about to leave for my tour of the East Coast, and I went, well, it'll get me ready for my tour of the East Coast. And then I never saw her again.
How was the vagina though?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Because
Funky.
anyone who's telling you that on a date's prepared to offer.
Crazy. It's funny because you can do like a lot of vetting, like pre, but it's like you don't really see how crazy people are until you meet them in real life. It's insane.
Not a chance.
Oh, geez.
Except for Bobby.
Except for Bobby. He's like, you just failed the test. Oh my God, that poor girl. Cake baking. All right. Kyle, finish this off with a story. No pressure, but we're gonna close the show after your story. Better be a banger. No pressure, better be a banger.
Oh man, I have one that's a little too similar to yours that I can't tell it. Because my mom's watching this.
My mom is too.
Okay.
My mom is too.
They're like, our kids are doing so good during this quarantine.
My mom has a heart condition. No, she does.
She does now. I almost do now. Jesus Christ. Okay, go ahead.
So I was out in town here with someone from out of town, and I didn't realize, but they showed up to the date drunk.
Oh, love that.
You know what? I've pre-drank for a date, like a drink or two, like, the wine to cut the nerves.
Yeah, it's called taking the edge off. Speaking of which.
Yeah, but I'm not. But this person was drunk. She was in town for a photo shoot, and she was drinking tequila on set, like straight. Like she was drunk.
Love it.
Wild.
So we went out, and it wasn't actually going terribly. Like, we're getting along, and then she started being really rude to the staff.
Oh, I fucking hate that. It's over. Date's over. It's over. Yeah. Go ahead.
Done.
I told her I was going to the washroom, and this is so ridiculous. I pulled the staff member over and said, listen, you got to help me out here, man. I got to get away from this person. What's the bill? put a $40 tip on it. I'm paying it right now. I pay the bill and I just left. I didn't text her. I didn't do anything. That's not the crazy part. She apparently stayed there for 2.5 more hours drinking, met another guy, and went home with him and slept with him. And I only found this out because I know him, and he texted me pictures of them drinking at this restaurant.
And he's like, hey, thanks for the drinks.
He didn't know I was out on a date with her. He was bragging to me.
That's
I had no idea I was ever there with her. She never told him that she was on a date. Her ego was so bruised, she never acknowledged it to
She's
him.
like, I'm just sitting here getting blackout by myself. I'm not from town. I don't know anyone named Kyle Andrew.
Yeah, that's pretty much exactly what happened. So ridiculous.
Kirsten, have you ever
left her there? She was so rude. I cannot stand people that are rude to staff members in the restaurant.
It's over after that.
It's done, man. You're rude to people, I'm out.
Yeah.
I don't even care what they did. They dropped food. I've had food dropped on my lap by a server. So it's shit happens. Like, what are you gonna do? I draw the line.
No, it's never. I mean, maybe because I was a server. I wasn't a server. I was a bartender for a number of years. But the second that people are rude to any kind of service thing, it's over. It's you have no excuse. And the biggest thing I've heard from chicks is like guys will do it on dates as a way to like swing their dick around, being like, excuse me, I said a medium rare. This is medium rare, well rare, done blue rare, and that's not the 70 degrees. And can you have it? I would literally, I see people like that. I just laugh in their faces. I want them to realize how ridiculous they look and how ridiculous they are. It's fucking crazy. Kirsten, have you ever left a date mid-date? Have you ever like this? Fuck, I'm out of here.
No, I've never bailed mid-date, although I do go like silent, like the conversation ends, and so they wrap it up pretty quick.
You bailed from here.
Yeah, I bail mentally. I'm just like, like no more real chatter and get at her, and usually they like get it wrapped up pretty quick.
I've never, thank God, I've never had anyone bail on me, and I've never bailed on one. I did have a girl. Fucking, this is early in my dating story. She's married and has 2 kids now. I was like, I don't know, 20, and she came over to my house to watch a movie. We're cuddling on the couch, and I don't know what it is about my beach room. My beach room is my family room. It's an old garage. It's actually directly under me right now, and it's the chill zone. Anyone who knows me knows that if you want to look for me, I'm probably in the beach room. And it is only called the beach room because it's beach theme. My mom turned it from a California beach to a North Carolina beach. Anyways, so we were in the beach room cuddling on the couch, and I don't know what it is about this room, but I think because it used to be a garage full of spiders and centipedes. Now I like not full. It's a you can hang out there, but for every couple days you'll just see like tick, 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 and you're like, fuck, get it, and you go and you kill a centipede or a spider or whatever.
You don't.
I don't know. I do not. I'm like, Mom. So we're laying there and she doesn't see it, and I'm on the couch like this. I'm the big spoon. She's in front of me, and we're watching a movie like this. And I'm doing the fucking, I'm just giving you a massage move. Like, yeah, come on. And then I see this spider come down. And I was like, oh, fuck. And I forgot that she was lying directly in front of me. So I just did like one of these, like a, huh! And I fucking jumped off the couch, forgetting that she was in front. And I catapulted her completely off the fucking couch. And she smacked against the fucking coffee table. And she looked at me and she's like, what the fuck? I was just like, this spider. and she was so mad that I chose my own safety because of a spider instead of her safety, and I catapulted her into the fucking coffee table that she was like, I'd like to go home. And I was like, okay. So I did literally just, awkward. She lived in Grimsby. I live in Sturkey. It was like a 25-minute drive. And I was just like, we're just driving. And I'm like, I'm not always like, I don't like spiders. Like, I just tried to explain to her for 25 minutes. But I was bit as a child, I think. And maybe I'm sorry. And yeah, that was a fucking rough one. Oh, Jesus Christ.
I think it's super weird that you only date women that all have the same voice.
That's just my girl voice.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I once broke up with a girl at Starbucks, and I forgot that she drove us there.
Did you walk home?
I didn't want to walk home because it was so far, and I hate cardio that I asked her for a ride home. That was another That was another one. that I was like, oh, that was an awkward car ride. I forgot. Like, it was, one of those things you're having a conversation in your mind. You went, just break up with them right now. Just break up with them. It's over. You got to break up with them right now. And I'm usually the guy that listens to that voice. So I was like, you know what? I just think, I just don't think this is working. And I care about you, but, blah, 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 blah. My usual song and dance. I'm really focused on my career right now, and I'm touring a lot and blah, blah, blah. And here's the thing: when a guy says he's really focused on his career, if a guy's like, I'm not ready yet, it just means he's not ready for a relationship, period. Doesn't like you, period.
Yeah.
But if a guy finds a girl that like checks all the boxes, like, oh, she's super funny, she's super this, super this, super this, super this, she's so beautiful, whatever, guy will be like, fuck the career, I don't give a shit, let's do this. And then it usually goes to shit. But I was like, I'm focused on my career, whatever. And she's like, you're just going to break up with me in a Starbucks? This is not funny. I thought you were funny. This is not funny. And I was like, oh, it's not funny. And then I go out to the parking lot and I realized that she picked me up and we drove there together. And it was like it's not that far. It's the Starbucks by fucking McDonald's and like deep in it's like a 15-minute walk.
I would have walked it.
No. And I was like,
you're not going to do 15 minutes of cardio?
No. I ran on the treadmill for 10 minutes today. I literally thought I was going to die. I'm like, my bronchioles. I was like, but you're still going to drive me home, right? She's like, are you fucking kidding me? And she's like, get in. Yeah, I guess. So we just sat in the car. And I was like, yeah, well, see you again sometime. I think, okay, well, round this show out, because we do have a lot of people still watching. Usually I watch this show slowly decline to like, starts at like 50, 40, 30, then like 17 people hang on. That goes up to like 23, then it's like 7. And I'm like, all right, time to shut it down. I think this is how we'll do it. We'll close the show like this. I just told kind of 2 bad breakup stories, and maybe we can finish each with a breakup story, and we're breaking up with the show. I think that's poetic. Kirsten, do you have one?
A breakup story, like I don't know. I haven't had
breakup from a relationship, or even a breakup from an evening, even a breakup, from
I've only ever really had like one actual breakup, and that was with my ex who I was with for 10 years, and we lived together. Yeah.
Oh, that's rough.
No, it wasn't. I did it right. So for like months, I
killed him. Okay.
I Carol Baskined him. He's gone.
Carol fucking Baskin. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. No, I just moved my stuff into my car like over a couple of months until like pretty much all my clothes were in my car. Like I was packed up. And then the last day I basically just went back with a cat carrier, got Mr. B, said peace. And I haven't seen that guy since. It was like the simplest. Yeah, it was really. So that's what you got to do. You just got to prep it, like move some of your stuff.
You're just like, I'm just going to take this ficus to my car. I'm just going to take. He's like, where's the couch? It's like,
people at my work were like, oh, are you like okay? Like, have you been living out of your car? Because just like my Yaris was like filled with shit. But yeah, that was one of the simplest ones. That's why you got to do it. It's just like long it out a little bit, but you sneak it out. Yeah.
That's how stupid guys are. They're like, is there less stuff in this house, or am I getting
no idea? Literally, no idea. Was like, oh, it was like, are you going to take anything other than the cat? And I was like, nah, boo.
You're like, bro, it's all in the Yaris.
Yeah.
Kyle, do you have a bad breakup one?
I haven't had a ton of breakups. Not many of them have been bad, but the worst one ever, I was in Montreal. I was in this hotel, and I was standing with 10 other guys. And the chick I was dating didn't give me a rose, and I had to fly back to Hamilton. Because I got kicked off reality.
Guy rounds it out from the start. That's a bad breakup because everybody saw. Well, I mean, it's a Canadian television show, so like 20,000 people saw.
Yeah.
We relived it on the internet. That's a great way. Okay, well, yeah, I'll end with, I did a quick breakup. I'll do another quick breakup one. It's my last serious girlfriend. I talked to her on the show. I dated her for 2 years. She actually lived in my house with her cat. And I don't know how I convinced my mom to let these chicks move into the house. I just pitch it like softly for a couple weeks, and then I just like, okay, so-and-so's moving in tomorrow. She's like, I already said no. I'm like, well, she's already on her way. And she's like, fine. She lived here for like 6 months, and I talked about it briefly on another podcast, but I'll round it out. She had one male Hamilton friend, just one of them. And she was from Sudbury, and I met her in Sudbury when I was up there on tour. And we dated for 2 years. Things were great. She's a burlesque model. Everything was fun. I realized, like in most relationships, when you slowly stop having sex, it happens. It goes from like when you first start dating, it's like every day, this is sick. We love each other. Yeah. Then it's like every second day. Then it's like every 3 days. And it's like once a week. Then it's like once every 2 weeks. By the end of the relationship, you're like, I don't remember the last time I saw you naked. And we lived together. You realize when you stop having sex with someone, you really don't have anything. Once the physical side of the relationship, you realize how poor the emotional and intelligent side of the relationship is. I'm like, I have nothing in common with you. Yeah, we might both be entertainers, but I don't really know I don't like anything about you. So I was planning on breaking up with her. I was in Montreal. I had the craziest night of my life. I got drunk with like Dave Chappelle and John Mayer, but that sounds like a braggy story. But I'm just saying it was a crazy fucking night. It was not only open bar, it was open bottle. So if you went to the bar and you're like, I'd like a bottle of champagne. They're like, do you want any glasses? And you're like, no. They just go like, pop, and they just hand you a bottle of champagne. Crazy. George St. Pierre was there. It was fucking nuts. She didn't, and I was busy, so I wasn't like in the corner being like, sorry, George. Hey babe, how's it going? How's your night? I didn't do any of that shit. But next day, she didn't talk to me. I came home from Montreal. She was just gone. She was in Sudbury, and I was like, okay. So she calls me, and I was like, what's going on with you? She's like, I'm just taking some time. I just want to kind of breathe and stuff. I was like, so guys are like, I'm about to get broken up with. I'm going to pull this shoe before she has a chance to, because I'm not getting hurt here. So I was like, oh, you know what? I think if you need to take a breath, I think I kind of feel the same way. You know, things have been different. I think we should break up. She's like, okay, cool. And so we break up. She's like, but my stuff is still at your house. You mind if I come back for a week or so and slowly get my stuff? And then it's over. I'm like, sure. So sure enough, she comes back here. She's living in my house. She's actually staying in the guest room. And every day I'm actually like helping her get her shit out of the house. Like I'm like, what we're doing is we're taking all the stuff out of the house and putting it into the shed. Then we're going to rent a U-Haul and get the stuff out of the U-Haul and put it into get it into a U-Haul and take it back to Sudbury. I was going to pay for it all because I was the one who broke up with her and all that kind of stuff. And so throughout the week, I'm like helping her, making her sandwiches. We're joking about like the old stuff on our relationship, whatever. It's like I'm thinking it's civil. I'm like, this is a civil breakup. I'm like, this is so mature. We're helping each other move out. This is fantastic. We get to the end of the week. She's like, I'm going to go to my friend. I don't even remember her name. Leah. I'm going to go to my friend Leah's for the night just to kind of blow some steam off, have some wine. I'm like, sure, no problem. She texts me the next day, Saturday. She's like, I think I'm going to stay here another night. I'm like, okay, no problem. Sure. It's cool. I'm like, you're not my girlfriend anymore. You do what the fuck you want. And then she's like, I'd like to come home on Sunday, but I might stay here for a barbecue. Then she's like, I'll be home at like 10 o'clock on Sunday. I'm like, okay, no problem. She texts me at like 9:30. And she's like, what an amazing weekend. I had so much fun with you. I just feel that this is so right. Eric is such a fucking asshole. I can't believe that he did this.
No.
This is why you're the best. And this is why you're my new boyfriend.
Oh.
And I was like, she texted me by accident. And I was like, what? So I literally, as I texted, I pulled up my phone, I read it. As I'm reading it, she pulled her car into my driveway. I see her lights and I just send her a question mark. And then she sends me a question mark. And I said, like, come inside and explain yourself. And she's like, okay. So she comes inside. She sits in the beach room. And I was like, where were you? She's like, I don't know. I'm like, what do you mean you don't know? She goes, I was at Leah's. I was like, no, you weren't. She's like, yeah, I was. I'm like, she's like, oh, I'm like, no, you weren't. She's like, yeah, I was. I'm like, I'm like, it's over. Just tell me where you were. We're broken up. I don't care. Mm-hmm. She was like, I was at so-and-so's house. I'm like, your only male Hamilton friend? You couldn't fucking you couldn't have gone to Grimsby. You couldn't have went to fucking Burlington. The one dude you know in Hamilton. So she's like, yeah. And I'm like, so that's your boyfriend now? And she's like, yeah, he was just there for me. I'm like, we broke up like 4 days ago. What do you mean he was there for you? So I was like, what do you have in this house? She's like, I have a bunch of stuff in the basement. I literally was like, I don't do cardio. I wouldn't even walk home from Starbucks. I was like, literally picking up like 100-pound boxes out the front door, like just out the front door. And I was like, get the fuck out of here. She's like, where am I going to go? I'm like, go back to so-and-so's house. And she's like, I can't. His mom was weird about me staying here. I'm like, my mom's weird about you staying here. Get the fuck out of here. So she left. I never moved that quickly and got 100 pounds up flights of stairs. But the good news is I didn't have to pay for the U-Haul. She fucking
Silver lining.
The next day I went golfing with my friend Dan. I'm like, I'm going golfing for 6 hours. When I come back, your shit better be out of here. Good luck in Sudbury. And then she went back to Sudbury and never saw her again.
Wow.
And people are like, you're bitter. I'm like, I'm not bitter. It's just a funny story. And it's funny because I talk about this joke. I talk about this story on stage, and they're like, I was like, we had a very civil breakup until she moved in with another dude 3 days later. And I'm like, now I'm not a detective, but I think maybe you guys were at least having a conversation while I was in Montreal getting drunk with fucking Dave Chappelle. And that's how we're going to end it. Any more lessons in the comments, ladies and gentlemen? I think that's our show. Dating sucks, but you know what? We're in a new world. Tan says, thanks. You were so funny. I'm laughing so hard. I have tears. I'm throwing up. Cancer infusion. Okay, this gets sad. Cancer infusion day. But so blessed to be able to. Okay, that does get better. So blessed to be able to laugh. That best infusion day ever. That is huge. Holy shit. We made people laugh. And on a bad part in your life. Chad says, what's his name? Bro, I'll message you separate. We'll talk about it. That's a good question. Is anyone friends with their exes before we go?
Yep.
One of them.
One of them.
Someone told me, I saw a quote, a proverb once. People who are friends with their exes, if you're able to be friends with your exes, one of two things is happening. You're either still in love or you never were. That's only people who can be loved and still friends with their exes.
Ooh, that's food for thought. Deep. Right there. Deep. Ooh.
Great. Now I won't fucking sleep.
I have to unpack that now. Thanks, Eric.
Hey, you unpack it. You go talk to Downs Bobby. Kyle, we'll see you on the next season of The Bachelorette Canada. Dude, you should be the Bachelor. In the comments below, I think everyone, if Bachelor Canada ever comes back, I think Kyle Andrew should definitely be the next Bachelor. Dude, 40 years old, fucking own place, 2 cats, no baggage, no kids. Dude, you would win the whole thing. I mean, you are the Bachelor, but you get something. That's huge.
Listen, this pandemic goes on much longer. I won't have cats or my own place. So. I'll be living with you and your mom soon.
Oh, you know what? There's room. We got a spare bedroom. My mom would be like, "There's this 6'6" guy in the house, and he's gorgeous."
Who's this Downs Bobby guy?
Let's get them all in here. Downs Bobby can move in. We'll get Armani moving in. My mom will cook him 5 breakfasts.
Fucking right.
Awesome.
Dudes looking at the rug all day, and one of them licking it.
She'll be taking tit pics with the cats. It'll be all great. Dating sucks, guys, but I know everyone who's watching, you'll find someone someday. Everyone does, and no, sometimes you just gotta lower your standards. I'm kidding. Everyone deserves love. Everyone will find love. Dating is fucking shitty, but sometimes it's great, and sometimes you meet someone completely out of the blue and you have no idea, and it works out. And sometimes you could be like our parents. Our parents are, still married. All the parents, well, most of them, well, not a lot of them, but you know what I mean? That love was big in the boomers. We should bring that back. Like the roaring 20s. I'm just trying to end the show on a positive note, and I can't think anything good. People are shitty. Kirsten, please tell everyone about your podcast that you have now and pitch it and where to find it, please.
Yeah, so you can find us at Let's Get 30 on SoundCloud. You can also follow our Instagram at Let's Get 30 _, and we're on Twitter at the same handle. It's kind of a comedy podcast for women in and around their 30s. We have a lot of different fun topics. We do some interviews with local female comedians. So it's pretty great. And I'd really love if everybody checked us out.
That's great. I'm so proud of you for starting to stand up. You're a funny girl, and I wish you all the success. Okay.
Thanks.
And good luck with the podcast. I'm kicking you out. Bye. Kyle, you're still doing some stuff. You're still doing some video work, and tell everyone how to find you, how to follow you, and what your next kind of thing is coming.
Well, I don't actually know when I'll work again because, as
you
know, all
me either.
Is shut down.
Yeah.
Production gets shut down on all levels, so I don't know. I'm supposed to be shooting in Berlin in 2 weeks. That's definitely not going to happen.
New.
I don't think that's going through.
Yeah.
You follow me on Instagram, Kyle_Andrew. Just there.
Dude, and I'm so proud of you of what you're able to turn a reality show into a career, and you're doing so well. And for a tall, handsome dude, you're also an excellent actor, and you're super funny, and you're an awesome dude. Thank you for being on the show. I love you, and I'll see you again. Okay, I'm kicking you out there and close up the show. Everyone say bye to Kyle. Bye, handsome Kyle. Follow him on Instagram. See you, dude. Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen. that was it. What a show. I was laughing so hard I almost knocked Larry David off the wall. He's taped behind me. This was Eric Johnston Live. This show keeps getting funnier and better and more true and more open and more honest. And I am in love with the idea of this show. It's literally keeping me sane. It's keeping me happy. It's keeping me motivated, as well as people like Kyle and people like Kirsten. Kirsten, make sure you check out Kirsten's podcast, Let's Get 30. Make sure you follow Kyle on Instagram. He's a hilarious dude and a very good friend of mine. Whew, I'm sweating. That was a good one. That felt great. I think that was one of our best shows yet. People say, good luck, Kirsten. Great episode as per usual. Yeah, thanks, guys. Great seeing you, Kyle, all that stuff. Guys, this was great. Another funny night. Holy shit. I'm going to end the show. Thanks for being with me tonight on Eric Johnston Live. I'm back on Tuesday with an episode of Haven't Seen It, which if you haven't seen the episode of Haven't Seen It, it's fucking hilarious from last week with Mark Anthony Synagoga. This episode of Eric Johnston Live will be available on YouTube. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I don't know what the link is. I'll post it on my Facebook. You guys are the best. I love you so much. Take care. Bye.